Hey, if you accidentally stumbled upon my channel here, we do kayak fishing, by the way. Live scope, Mega 360, all that jazz. I installed all that myself, so maybe we can do a little bit of electronics. Tackle, lots of it, lots of customization, and I custom make a lot of my own stuff. I melt stuff down, I pour stuff out, I play with the colors, the scents, all that different stuff. I dabble. That's accurate. We got boat, got a nitro, one of those nitros, one of the little glitter rocket nitros. We got a bit of an outdoor obsession, like a little bit. Got the tent, stray cat running by. It's a 627,000 mile old Toyota hiding behind it. But this guy right here, just got it about 6 months ago. We've got about 50,000 miles on it. Hint, hint. Toyota, all those folks, maybe. I wouldn't be mad if they gave me a holler. But we're gonna get loaded up real quick, and I'll tell you more about it here in just a second. Listen, I ain't even gonna BS you. There are tons of awesome YouTube channels out there. Netflix, HBO, Hulu, like there's so much to watch. My goal in doing all this is something that's entertaining. I don't know whether you taking a dupe, whether you driving and it's just down on the seat and you're listening to all this stuff, but that's kind of my goal. And honestly, I was thinking about it, I said, man, what if we bomb this thing? I don't know, my first time out to this lake, you know, it's summer, it's North Texas. The water's, I mean, dude, my local lake is like 90 degrees. You get a couple hot days and we see a mid-high 90s. It's hot. This tournament that we're going to is at a power plant lake, which means it uses this lake solely to cool the power plant, power generation, all that stuff. It means the water's hot, okay? It means like a hot tub out there. I saw 100 degrees, and this was like a couple weeks ago when I went, you know, got on a pattern, figured some stuff out, planned to go today, but you know, with stuff going on with mom in the hospital, wife work, all the different things, I had no time to prepare. Here, let me show you. So not only am I trying to kind of organize and go through, I'm constantly doing that, by the way, like organize. If you're an angler, if you fish and you're like, oh, I organize, like, you know, for me, I don't believe that you're ever done organizing. So basically, I loaded pretty light. Like, I got a couple punching rigs, frogging, some top water, some jerkbait. Like, that's, gosh, I don't know, that's what we swing with. But for those of you who haven't seen the rig, we got it about 6 months ago. What we're currently rolling in. So we got a 23 Tundra with the long bed, and so that you know why long bed, by the way, is because here, as you can see, kayaks stick off the back, and you know, trailer for the boat, not for the kayak. I get it, no offense. There's lots of people that roll kayaks on trailers, and for them, there's a lot of reasons why that's super convenient, but it's just not me. And then we've got this is a Go Rhino rack, and it does have all the muller panels, which, dude, when I'm camping and I can hang shit on there, like, it is super convenient. You know, I ain't got axes and high lift jacks and all that bullshit. It's a two-wheel drive, bro. We're putting like 50,000 miles in 6 months on this thing. Yeah, believe me. Recently had to put some new rubber on it. Went with some basic Bridgestone duelers because MPGs, that's why. And then up top, we do have the big Sidewinder Overlanding tent. That thing is like a queen size bed. It's huge. It opens up. You can check some of my other socials and be able to kind of see what, you know, what all that entails. I do need to do a more in-depth video on that. But moving over here, this opens up to, hell, this thing can be a lot of things. It could be a porta potty. I generally use it to take a shower. You know, I just put my water bag up there, shower down. Man, it's nice to you know what I'm saying, a little of that. After 12 hours in 100 degree temps, you sleep a little better. And then as far as the kayak goes, you know, I do run that strap up front. It holds the nose down, and then from the back here, I've got these holes in the kayak. They do go through the hull itself, and they are for where Old Town puts a setup for some power poles. I'll run these up there, and at that point in time, we got enough redundancy. If one breaks, it's kind of that old adage, you throw enough tie downs on it, it ain't coming off. And when I'm trying to get somewhere and I'm not hauling trailer, like, we going. And then on this side of it, we do have the big Sky Ridge by Body Armor. It is like 270 degree awning, comes out about 10 feet. Again, check my socials. I got pictures, all that stuff. I'll probably try to get some in here on the voiceover. It does fold open all the way to the front door, and then it folds open all the way around the back. Super rad, super convenient, dude. We've used it. I've used it personally when I'm out on trips, man, when my family's doing all that jazz. But the last thing, and this is a super important component of this whole setup, by the way, is that dude right there. Yep, that's a solar controller. It'll hit up to like 30 amps, and then right up top here you can see two big 100-watt panels. So basically the way I've got those wired up is got them wired up to be 24 volt 100-watt. That steps down into the switching 12-24 controller, and then that goes directly to a house battery that I use. That will charge up during the day when I'm out on the water. When I get back, as soon as I get back, like before I take a shower, do anything, before I get back, what I do is I take that battery, and I have a DC charger that does all the different chemical batteries, right? So if you run into me out on the road and you need some battery help, charging, fixing, soldering, and I generally keep that stuff with me, kind of MacGyver-esque, right? Please let me know. I'm talking NiCad, metal hydride, your AGM, you know, all the standard classic batteries, and then we get into the lithium based, right? We've got, you know, LiFePO, LiPo, all the variations of chemical compositions for those batteries. I can charge all that stuff. I can jump all that stuff. I can wake it up, whatever you need to do. And if I can't, I've got resource to figure it out. I got a guy. And so back to the house battery, that gets charged during the day. During the day, if I got a, you know, moderate sun, I can generally get about 70 amp hour put back into that house battery. Well, when I'm on the kayak, I've got two batteries that I'm using. One powers live scope, which I've got on a switch. So like when I'm out fishing, I use it. When I'm done scoping or I'm gonna move, I just flip it up. I've got the you know, one of the little scope pole mounts. They don't sponsor me, so I'm not really obligated to you know, remember names and stuff. A Railblazer. And for the kayak, I shortened it up a lot from there to there, right? So I got like 1.5 feet to deal with. Like I said, it's on switch, so I use it. When I'm done, it just flips up. I turn it off, so it's not consuming power, and it is on. I've got that on one of these Yak Power switches over here. You can see they light up if I hit the buttons, and you know, if I hit those buttons, these lights go up, all that different stuff. And I got Mega 360, and if you're not aware, the way that works, you know, that's 360 as well as side scan, so that's generally down all the time. And I figured out a super awesome mounting solution for that actually is just simply the original live scope mount that came with you know, with my 34 that I've got on here. So that flips up and flips down. But the way that works is that when you do have 360 hooked up as the main transducer, it is 360 when you want it to be 360, but then when it's side scan, it turns that transducer to be, you know, forward with you, so that you've got your side scan out. It's smaller than like the big bird transducer, but like there has to be some difference. But I get good images, so I can see the fishies. I see all them fishies I ain't catching. So that's on there. And for that, I've got a 50 amp hour battery that I kind of custom built and put it down inside the hull. Nasty. During the day, if I'm motoring around, I mean on a typical tournament day, I'm 25-30 amp hour on the trolling motor, and then I do burn about 30 to 40 amp hour on the electronics, because one of the things that you might not know, I got a Perco switch, so the same one that is on a boat for your rear navigation light. And for that Perco switch, I run a Yellowtech pole for my GoPro, and I let it run all day long, because the reality of the situation is that it's fishing, it's unpredictable. Like, you just can't, there's no good way that I've figured out. And please, if you know, right, I highly doubt that we've got any super popular creators that watch my content, but if you do, help a brother out. The only way I figured out to really truly be able to capture everything is to run it on a powered pole all day long. I burn about 15 to 20 amp hour just on GoPro for, you know, 10 to 12 hours. So there's that as well, and that is powered off that 50 amp hour. So I kind of, you know, I think about the power that I'm using, but it is a good 50 amp hour battery. All the links for all that stuff, they are down in the description. They don't cost you anything extra, but it does support this chaos. So that's what I got. That's what we're doing. This might just be the end of this video because I've put a lot of information out there. You might have a lot of questions, and if you do, let me know. I really do try my best to stay active on all the goings on as far as what's going on YouTube, and as well as all the other social channels. Like the interaction, man, we got a pretty rad community. So go ahead and pick up on the water on the next video. That's what we got. That's what we're doing. My name is Peter. This is my kayak fishing. I hope that you are fucking rad. I hope you're staying well. Yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, right now might be a good time to do that. So that's the setup. I appreciate you and you and you. See you on the water for tournament day. We're going in straight cold, no practice. Yep, that's the deal. Let's fucking go.